Let's move to Shirley Ayokor Botchwey, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, and her bid to be Commonwealth General Secretary. Ghana's Foreign Affairs Minister, Shirley Ayokor Botchwey, has been actively campaigning for the prestigious position of Secretary General of the Commonwealth. Her campaign is marked by a blend of strategic diplomacy, advocacy for reforms, and a vision for a more cohesive Commonwealth, which has also garnered significant attention and support. Our Joy News editor and head of security desk, MFA Pau, is with her team, and we're connecting with her live right now from Malaysia. MFA, it's good to have you on the program. Now, I know the minister has been to the Pacific regions and the Caribbean, so let's talk about her Asian tour.
Thank you very much, sweetie, and it's good to see you. Greetings from Malaysia. I bring you at this point. It looks like I'm upside down.
Yeah,
is it okay?
You're upside down. Okay.
Okay, upside down from Malaysia, I guess.
Yes,
it's
yes,
better
yes.
now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's better.
Thank you.
Okay.
My sweetie. So to your question now, you mentioned that, yes, she's been to the Pacific, rightly so. She's been to the Caribbean and is the Asian leg as well as we speak. And in Asia, we also know that she's been to India already and Bangladesh. I'm joining this team on the next leg of the Asian tour. And from Malaysia, to be heading to Brunei and then also to meet the Sultan of Brunei, and then also off to Singapore on this particular leg of the tour. So it's been campaigning for this particular bid. And there are a number of countries that have already openly declared their support for her. We can talk about Kenya, Trinidad and Tobago, Antigua, and then Grenada. And then, of course, because it's a Commonwealth position, it definitely has to do with campaigning from all Commonwealth countries. And from what I understand, she's been to almost all the Commonwealth countries in her bid. And it's not like it's just a separated tour. Of course, during their work also, they get to use the opportunity to campaign. And it's been a number of campaigns from one country to the other. And we are on this particular one, checking what she's been up to and what she's done so far. I can say that as we speak, we've just returned from a meeting with a foreign affairs counterpart in Malaysia. And it's been a wonderful talk. Most of the meeting was behind closed doors. But of course, from what we got to see and interact with, it looks like we can safely say that maybe Malaysia is also falling for her Commonwealth Secretary General bid.
Well, it's good to know that some countries have already declared their support for her. But what has she been saying? What are the key pillars of her campaign?
Well, interesting pillars. I see that it's about 6 thematic areas from what I've seen from her campaigning and her interaction with a few, ministers and head of states as well. She's looking generally at democracy, good governance, and she's also looking at trade and investment. She's looking at the youth, especially, which she tells me is key for this particular agenda, their education, their skills, their innovation, and startups is what she's looking at when it comes to the area of youth. And then the issue about mobility and labor markets, she's looking at also the issue about climate change, which is very key when it comes to a lot of these Commonwealth countries, especially the island states. She's also looking at the small island states and the small states particularly. She's also taking a look at managing resources for an effective Commonwealth institution amongst trade and investment also, which is key when it comes to Commonwealth countries, especially in Africa, areas in the Pacific and the Caribbean. So these are the key pillars on which she's situating her campaign message everywhere she goes. From what I know so far, that is what the main bid has been. We know that she's been to Swatini, she's been to a number of African countries. And I must say, that most of her contenders, which I know that the other 2 contenders, which are also from Lesotho and in Gambia, they are also from Africa. So it looks like it's an Africa thing for the Commonwealth Secretary General. But I can tell you, sweetie, that from all the people that we've engaged with so far, it gives you a clear indication that it appears that mostly it's for Shirley Ayokor Botchwey. But one interesting thing is that she doesn't look like she's being complacent at all, even though most of the places she's been to and the open declaration for her support, to support her bid, she's still working very hard on this. And it's something that you can see that she's taking very, very seriously.
Well, MFA, before I leave you, when should we expect the results to be declared or the election? When will we crown all of these campaigning activities?
By the close of year, that is when we get to know. As we speak, there's a first female who is occupying that position. And then at the end of campaigning, this year is a lot of elections for this year. From what I'm checking, a lot of countries are having their elections this year. And that's when the Commonwealth term, which is the 4-year, 8-year term, is supposed to be 4 years, which is renewable. And that's when they get to elect. So they get to wrap up everything probably before our general elections, and then she will get to know what exactly her position will be when it comes to the Commonwealth. But as we speak, it looks like all is set for that bid for her to be able to take over the Secretary General position of the Commonwealth.
All right, MFI, and when are you coming back, and what are you bringing us back from Malaysia?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you that I don't want to come back just yet, but of course, there's work to do. There's work to do, and I'll definitely be back shortly. But we have to go to Brunei, and definitely I'll send you a lot of pictures, and I'll bring you something for the Sultan of Brunei.
Yes,
you want a genie, or what you want, a lamp or something?
I am Oliver Twist, MFI. I want all of those and more. Thank you so much, MFI Pau.
Greetings to the entire team. And thanks for having me.
Thank you for bringing us those details and updates on the Foreign Affairs Minister's bid to be Secretary General of the Commonwealth. But